Okay. Okay, that should be it. Twisted off bolts. And they were sitting down in here. I suppose it's so tempting to reuse it, but so I'm gonna get whatever size nut it is, weld it to a heavy piece so it spreads out the torque when people are trying to get a bolt in or out, instead of just welding a nut down here. So I have some heavy plates pre-drilled. Go find some 1/2-inch nuts, I believe. Okay, I gotta make a drop coming down from the bottom of the trunk floor to the lower quarter. Just cut it off, make a new one, put it back on. Throw some. This is all good. So we're gonna cut down first to get rid of that junk. Could. Oh yeah, inside. Okay. Where is it? Yeah. Okay. So, I'm just going to make one of these. It's got 3 little bead rolls in it. That's a piece of cake. So, I'll rough cut a chunk, 18 gauge. There we go. Okay. That's good for the top. Back end of it. Gonna go a little long. And we'll figure out this later. Okay, and those bead rolls are here's one. That's how long they are. From here to here. Try to make them all the same. Top and bottom. Okay. It really is just that easy. All right. Gonna sit in like so, which means I'll start trimming the far end before I bead roll it. Which means about an inch. About there. Oh, look at that. Okay. So, I'm actually going to shorten those bead rolls up. I'm going to start them right at the edge. I'm going to shorten them up to here. So I'm getting ready to break. So I'm going to go do them right now. And as usual, well, actually, it's a lot cleaner. Okay. I think that shows it. Oh, the bead roll dies on there. I heard there's some places that have shops so clean that they can actually walk all the way around their metalworking equipment without tripping on anything or bouncing on anything. Okay, where am I going? These are reversible. Okay. Reverse. Give it a little more. There. Okay. Now, I could put this, open up the jaws on my vise half an inch and use a cross-beam hammer and hammer these in. Be a little rougher. The underside, the backside gets undercoated, no one would ever know. This is quicker, easier of course. And I have the option, so why not? Okay, there you have it. It's big. Now I got to go over and mark where I'm going to bend at the bottom. So we'll go do that. So, sits in roughly there. I got to trim the top. Yes, I do. Okay, shorten this. So, make this just so. I'm going to mark this and cut the car to fit my piece. Yeah. And so this is going to be my line. Oh, gotta come back. That's the peak. That would be the peak there. Yeah, the peak is right at the line. So, I gotta run a sharp bead roll with the 90-degree rolls, and it'll give me this sharp bead, and that's where my quarter panel lays in. It's right there. So once I do that, I'll hold it back up, and that'll define exactly where I'm going to make that mark. And it'll be freaking lovely. Yes. So I'm just going to take the corner out. Really want to get this on today. Okay, so now I got to put on sharp bead. This is an awesome bead roller. And we got half a dozen different sets, profiles. So this is the one to use for a typical floor pan, trunk floor. And they look factory when you're done. Right. Now, I want to do 90 degrees. I've got these. So I can put a break and a curve. Or I can put a really sharp bead roll. What am I doing here? Bead coming up. So, and these rollers are adjustable in and out on this particular model, which just helps you create some different profiles than you could otherwise. I mean, this is deluxe. You can get hand operated ones for 300 bucks that do the job. I talked Mike into buying this a couple years ago. I don't know if he's ever used it, but I sure like it. I have one about half the size of this from the same company. Been using it for 22 years, I think. Okay. Let's go this way. And you just follow your line. It's just that easy. Maybe I want to go straighter. Okay. Now I'm with experimenting with ways to do it, so now I got to redo it. This is working better. A little more tension. Okay, and one more time. All right. And don't get your fingers caught between the rollers. Like an English wheel. All of a sudden it's too late. Okay, so you can see this. My new quarter is going to come down and it's going to spot weld onto here. I'm going to dolly this now on the anvil just to make it nice and smooth. And the back side looks kind of cool. I mean, it was totally simple to do. And there's other ways of doing it, but we have this, so I'm a lucky guy. Ooh, dig those shirts. Oh yeah. All right. Now, make sure you can see what the heck it is I'm doing. Okay. Okay. Pretty happy with that. So now, just going to dull into the corner. Yes. Okay. Now I'm happy. So now I just got to grind this back. Till it fits. We'll hammer this flat and that'll tighten up the gap. We're smiling. Actually, I'll use the belt sander probably. This baby. Fittings. Right on, right on. Okay. There it is. Okay, it's held in place. Now I can clamp it and weld it. Clamp edge. Okay. Where we at? Really galvanized steel. Stop. Don't breathe it. First thing, if you're going to put a quarter on, line up the door with the rockers and your original quarter so that you know where to go with the new one. You need to line up that door. Right now the door is sitting way freaking high. So I'm going to move the top hinge back and that'll lower the door, and then tighten up this gap here. There. Now, wow, really tight here. So that's good. And the back's flush. It's sticking way out here. This is all good until I get to here. So trying to line up the door. It doesn't line up. Okay, so very tight, wide. So when I put the new quarter on, I'll correct that. This is even and pretty close. And there's just enough room up here.
Oh, what are we talking about, Rachel? Ma, you gotta make a plan for this stuff. Okay, stay focused.
How's Blair's day going? What are you doing today?
It's going to be freaking great. I'm just about to cut the whole freaking quarter off. So up with it, Gandhi.
Are you doing that right now?
Yeah, and then I have the new quarter panel over there. So I'm just going to run a zip cut all the way down here and down and let it fall on the freaking ground.
Nice. Sounds fun.
Yes.
Blair! Blair! Here, move this on the inside. We're scratching. I don't care. Why wreck it just because you can? I'm just saying, just stick it up there. Here, that's it. You don't even have to tape it, Blair. Just flip it up behind the mirror.
You're using this old steering column and everything else?
Yes, of course I am. It's an SS tilt. Using it all. Nothing. I'm just preserving heritage.
Mike's in a mood.
My kid just irritated me.
So he's going to irritate everyone.
Yes. There we go.
Doing
So I
some
knew
exciting
just like
work?
to have a freaking truck and start a freaking fire.
Well, no. Why don't you use something that's flame proof? Always an innovative solution.
Freaking blanket to put over stuff?
Yeah, all the welding blankets. We got.
The last two vehicles that lit on fire.
We got 5 of them. Do you want me to get one?
Doesn't go up.
I'll go get you a flame-proof one. Where'd we put them all? We had 5 of them. See, it's amazing how often there's problems and never a solution. We had all those flame-proof welding blankets. What'd we do with them? Like, Blair just loves throwing out old stuff. He doesn't care. Oh, buy a new windshield. You aren't putting that original SS big block tilt steering wheel in there, are you? When you can buy a new plastic piece of shit. Anyway, sometimes, yes, actually, oh, here, look. Flame-proof f***ing welding blanket. Look, what a f***ing amazing, innovative solution that was, right? Because that motor's pooched. Here, there we go. Of course, well, let's put a blanket where and shoot sparks at it. What could possibly go wrong? Anyway. Oh, look, a welding blanket. Here, Blair. Let's take. Beautiful. Excellent. Voila. Flame on, says Blair. Okay. No, we could recycle that.
Sure you will.
Now I can see how the new one sort of fits kind of well. Oh, nice.
Michael, come see this.
What?
You need to throw this car out.
Need to what?
The car's pooch, you gotta throw it out.
Good stuff. Oh, well, that looks good.
This is all wonderful now. This is good in here. A lot of times they're rotten in here, so this car's pretty good.
It's not that bad, eh? A little bit. Well, this is to be expected, eh? Is that
I suppose it doesn't matter. We'll fix it.
yeah, it's a double layer, I think, isn't it? Isn't that probably why it rotted, Blair? Because it was a double layer?
Yeah, the quarter panel wraps over the inner there.
Oh, right, it comes in and around, so there's one up and then one in.
So I'll fix that before I put the quarter on, but now I have to go back and trim all this, the spot welds.
Yeah.
Get rid of that. We're gonna save this original jam again.
Just because it fits
Just
nice.
gonna weld it right on the freaking body line at the corner. This gap is way too wide at the top.
Oh, yeah.
So when I do the new one, I'm gonna bump it forward before I weld it up.
Yes, so we get the nice smooth
at the bottom.
Yeah.
So now's my time to manipulate that.
Back and forth, yep. Perfect. Yeah, actually, it looks pretty good in here for a convertible.
It does, it really does. This time I would agree with you.
He didn't even bring out the blue hammer of death.
No.
What?
But most importantly, Blair, the steering wheel is saved.
Yes, absolutely. We can put that crappy old beat up steering wheel.
Yes,
back
SS.
in a beautifully painted car.
Yes.
Which makes zero.
Glad you're on board this time. Glad you're
Why
on
don't you
board.
give me a rusty old quarter panel to weld on too?
Well, no, because I have new.
Why did we fix it? Just drive it.
Hey, what's up, bud?
Did you take up your time there? So what do you think of that old station wagon?
It's pretty cool, but it's too far away.
Well, I can deliver to you.
That's okay. A guy wants me to look at one. He's got a what year was that one?
67.
Yeah. No, he's trying to sell me a fucking Polaris station wagon. No, no, I'm not. I got a bet with Blair. I'm not buying anything for 6 weeks.
Tell Blair it has only 1,200 or some kilometers on it.
Yeah.
You gotta buy that.
No, Derek, don't tempt me. I'm trying to get 6 out of my yard.
The issue we have, Blair, with Mike, is that he will lose the bet if, that was the thing I was thinking about before that I was trying to figure out like how his workaround is. Because he'll buy the cars or tell him to hold it till the day.
Doesn't matter.
That's
He
still technically a
purchases the
purchase.
car.
If any cars arrive within 5 days or 7 days. or
He
whatever-
bought 4
Yes.
cars a while ago. I was with him.
Yes.
Now, that was a few months ago. He's bringing them home starting this weekend.
Yes.
They don't count.
You know, but
When he purchases, when he makes
yes,
a deal,
he can't.
he's got another 4.5, 5 weeks left.
Yes, but we have to be vigilant in the sense that we cannot let him get away with
Oh.
stacking these cars away, saying, "Oh no, I'm going to come buy them after." and
So
then-
anything that shows up,
I will
have
make
to
sure I
find
keep
out
my eye open.
when the deal was made.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly.
Okay. We got to keep our eye on that.
Oh yeah. Okay. It'll get kind of boring. I'm gonna take an air chisel, try to pop a bunch of this off, whatever comes easy. Don't want to destroy the metal that's stained, so I'll see how well this works. All right, let's save this inner piece. Okay, a lot of people say I should be probably drilling spot welds. They may. I don't argue with success. Okay. This I'll zip cut, but I want to be highly accurate with that. If I try to use the air chisel back here, I'm going to vanish. Yeah, how brave do I feel? You know, check my gaps. If the gaps are bad, I'll cut it right on this top edge. You know, I had to cut down the whole length of this quarter. So I think what I'm going to do here, Mike won't be very happy about it probably, but I'm going to do my joint and weld the new quarter panel full length down here. If I go here, it's just a few spot welds, which would be less welding, less distortion, a whole bunch of stuff. But I don't know. We'll see. I'll get the rest of it trimmed up first. I'm going to use the belt sander to take out these spot welds. Transfer this over to the other panel. And it sits out there. Ah, nice. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go glass bead that in the booth right now. There we have it. Might as well do this while I'm here. Now, I'm going to paste in here, Scotch spread it lightly, same with the inner fender. Then I can paint it with a rust inhibiting paint. Then I can install it. And I think that'll do it. All right, I've sanded and used etch primer and a rust-proof paint on the inner quarter panel, the new one. And now I've scuffed and painted the inside of the quarter. All these places I can never get to again. So now, oh, something else I recommend. On this panel, anywhere we have spot welds to do, I am going to take a fiber disc and I'm going to clean the paint off around them. Makes for a cleaner weld when I start welding these on. Less spatter, looks better, easier to grind. So for now, I've got this panel ready to go on in here. I'm gonna weld that on. And I had one more panel here somewhere. Oh, I'm gonna weld this to the inner quarter. It sits up there. I forget. Somewhere around here. I know where it goes on here. So about there. And then I'm ready to put the quarter on. Let's get this done. Now I'm going to do the door gap. So, First thing I'm gonna do is grind the freaking paint off this edge. Weld it. Right, let me see. For today's trick, whoop, I gotta turn the welder down. Okay, find something to use for a gap. There's yardsticks, they work pretty good, break them up in chunks, but some are thin, some are thick. On this particular one, I'm going to use 7/16 wrench. I like that gap. But all wrenches are different, so I go with a slightly bigger gap on a convertible because there's so much movement in the body. Just driving into the driveways and anywhere you park, you never know how it's going to sit. So I'm going with this. Also, this is my chance to correct in and out. I line up with the rocker the whole way along. I like my spacing off of the windshield pillar, the A pillar. So when I line all that up, this cord has got to come out. I don't want to lean the door in anymore and tighten up where I'm bumping paint off of the door against the windshield chrome. So right about here, I'm happy. And sometimes you even put a tack weld on here. Yeah, I might even do that now. So the door doesn't move. Yeah, we'll see. But for now, I know I've got to come way out with the quarter and maintain this gap. So I've got the gap down to about here that I want. So now I'm going to make it flush this way. Flush here. So I'm going to tack that right there. Cut this. You should only do just a small tack. I was feeling too confident. So now I'm going to have to zip cut that because when I'm set up here, I'm not actually flush. So I'll pull the top out. I'm going to weld it where I'm happy. And then I'll do the bottom again. Down here, and you have to zip cut this, so I'm going to grind it back and see where this lip is. And I'll show you something I've seen other guys do that I would need to do. Oh, look at that. So it fills a gap, makes it easy to weld, but it kind of look pretty hokey from the back. Some guys would do that. I don't know if I would. Well, I've never done that. So anyhow, I'm just going to shut off the camera. Got a little piece to go in here. Then I'll fire it back up when I get it welded in. Well, unfortunately, I forgot to turn the camera on while I was making that little piece for the corner here. So if we look at the door actually goes in and back out along here. Pretty even gap. Here it seems wide, but that's the door. So I'm going to weld the bead from this high point down to there. And I'm going to grind it to fit the line, the nice smooth curve we have on the fender. And all this up here, I might have some porosity that I have to weld over. But anyhow, very, very close. I don't know what it took me, half an hour. I still got to clean up. I'm by no means done, but I'm very close. So once this little bit here is fixed on the edge of the door, then I go back and I've got to do that trunk gap down the edge of the trunk. And then there's a few more spot welds to do underneath, but that's pretty much installing the quarter. It didn't fit that great, obviously, but it's not a big deal. You deal with it, adapt, overcome, cut and weld, cut and tear, add, subtract. You just keep going. Don't make yourself in a big rush. Don't set a huge time limit on there. Enjoy it. I'm gonna fill that.